And so again here, I'm showing data from our organization, from my development team, and we use one of our major costs is pull request reviews, code reviews, where we have written custom services that review our code. And so what this allows me to do is go down and say, I just want to see the anomalies over the last whatever period I have, the past 30 days. So I can look at the P99, so the top 1% of transactions, 5 or 25. And so this is a part of my real workflow is coming in and trying to figure out where our software development lifecycle is broken. And so here, if we want to pick on one of the ones that was ugliest, it's got the name of the linear ticket and it's got the fact that this pull request review cost $26 and it's clearly highlighted as a problem. So this will tell me the user, which unfortunately is me, who the provider was that processed this, the team, and then what product it supported, which in our case is the default one, and where it ran. So what you can then drill down into is every one of the transactions that sits inside of the cost that made up the entire thing. And then for non-coding review scenarios, this will have the prompt interactions between the user and the agent if you enable it. By default, we turn that off for obvious reasons. It's sensitive, but this allows engineers to drill down into the top 1% and see who was the customer, how was it attributed, and ultimately what were the situations that led to this being my top 1% from a cost perspective for the period I'm looking at. And of course, click through is one way to look at it, but all this is API addressable. And so the real way that our customers are using this is by pointing their own AI at our platform and pulling back these transactions and feeding it in as a continual improvement loop to understand where the problems are, fix it on their end, and then iterate and improve. And so we have the exact same view across performance. Performance being if you're more time sensitive than you are cost sensitive, then this will tell you your top 1% of transactions that took the longest to execute. Efficiency is the number of turns that it takes, and agent interaction is one that will identify hot paths between one agent talking to another over and over again, where you might have loops in the code that you want to review.